The final round of action at BPL 21. We cannot wait for this. It is going to be a sensational conclusion to the preliminary rounds of BPL 21. Big round of applause. Didn't quite hear what that was for. But the final round, here it is. The Ospreys and the Lions. And the Pirates. This is a huge contest. Tweed just need to win, and they'll make sure that they go through to tonight's finals, the defending champions. But they lie in a precarious position. They can still well and truly miss, because from 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, well, they're all on the same wins. So we'll go through all of that very shortly. Val Febo joined by Connor Munnings. Connor, welcome.
Thanks, Val. It's a pleasure to be here for what is probably one of the most engaging final rounds of a Bowls Premier League I've seen. A lot of results can happen. Only 6 teams, but a lot of results can happen here.
Yep, they sure can. It is going to be a pulsating final round. So we'll go through all of the permutations and the ramifications for each loss and the bonuses for each win that we see. The teams, Catherine Rednall, Ryan Burnett and Alex Marshall with their coach Alan Faulkner up against Aaron Tees, Corey Wedlock, Chloe Stewart and their coach Wayne Turley. Going through the ladder very shortly. And it is, as it stands, the Jets. They'll play the qualifying final tonight. The Melbourne Pulse are involved in the finals, and so they will play. I don't think that they can miss out unless, no, they can't. The Melbourne Pulse are in. They're guaranteed a spot in the top 5. So they are fine, no problems. The other results that could have gone against them helped them in the last round. The Tweed Ospreys sit in 3rd, 12-9, net sets +6. The Pioneers, 12-9, net sets +5. The Sydney Lions, 12-9, net sets +2. And the Gold Coast Hawks, 12-9, net sets -1. So the Hawks are the team that can't afford to make a mistake in this round. They take on the Adelaide Pioneers in this final clash. The Extreme, while they won and kept themselves alive briefly, were relying on the Adelaide Pioneers to beat the Sydney Lions, and that has not eventuated. So the Extreme, while they do have a positive ledger of 11-10, they will not see themselves involved in this BPL 21 finals series tonight. So they'll miss out despite having a 50% ledger or better. They'll take on the Jets in this final round.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Extreme. Got up in that tiebreak, but just wasn't enough. And they have lost a lot of tiebreaks this tournament, the Extreme.
Yeah, well, they've won a lot of them as well. They've lost a lot in straight sets, which has been their problem.
Okay.
It's been a big problem for the Melbourne Extreme, and losing against the Tasmania Tridents yesterday certainly hurt them. That was one that they just could not afford to drop. And had they won that, they'd be sitting 12-9 and an opportunity to win this, or to, be in the finals hunt. And as he always does, the Bells Australia's events manager joins us for the last round of BPL action as we look towards the finals. Andrew Howie, welcome.
Good afternoon, Val. Thanks for having me again. We've got a great finish here for the Bowls Premier League 21.
We sure do, and we were just talking about the unfortunate situation for the Melbourne Extreme, who won this morning but needed the Sydney Lions to lose to the Adelaide Pioneers. That hasn't happened.
Yeah, courtesy of a Nathan Black tie-break draw shot to win the game. He's kept his team in the hunt for that final spot.
Alex Marshall skipping, Ryan Burnett leading for him, and then for the Ospreys, Aaron Tees skipping with Corey Wedlock leading off. Aaron Tees on the mat, going with weight.
Yeah, well played, got a good result. Killed the jack off. Plenty of room, but for Alex Marshall.
So I'll bring you updates from the other matches. The live rubbers going on. Hawks and Pioneers, that's huge. The winner pretty much guarantees themselves a spot in the finals, although the Hawks do need a couple of things to go their way with their unhealthy net sets.
Yeah, so I think with that one, Val, Hawks win, they'll be in.
Yes.
If they lose, they're definitely out.
Yep. Yeah, so pretty much win and in.
Yep. If Adelaide lose, to stay in, I think they need the Sydney Lions to be
Yep.
defeated. So
Yep.
a little bit of play there.
Or Adelaide could also lose in a tiebreak, and if the Ospreys lose in straight sets, they'll actually go above them on net sets.
Yeah.
So that's getting really into the nitty-gritty of it. But
There's a lot to play for, so there's a fair few teams that just need a win to ensure their spot in tonight's finals.
Nathan Black sunk the Adelaide Pioneers' opportunity to go into the top 2. Scott Thorburn had a chance to draw it, couldn't do it, and then losing it with the last bowl of the tiebreak. That hurts if you're Adelaide.
It's just amazing. Every BPL's close, Val, but Moama, year after year, just produces and a grandstand finish on this final round. The teams are so evenly matched.
Well, you were sitting alongside me last year as the Moreton Bay Pirates take the opening end. You were sitting here alongside me last year as Tweed took on the Tasmanian Tridents. As defending champions, they were about 3rd or 4th going into the last round. Tasmania had to beat them to get into the finals and beat them with the last bowl of the second set to force a tiebreak, and Rob McMullen won it with the last bowl of the tiebreak to knock the Ospreys out. Could that happen here?
Yeah, that was an incredible day. I think I remember 4 rinks on this main green. One with their last bowl and 4 teams knocked out. There was so many opportunities for teams to make it. But see a decent opener there by Ryan, just drifting through about a yard.
So the Melbourne Pulse have guaranteed themselves a spot in the finals tonight. That is confirmed. The Jets will play off in the qualifying final. And the Pulse taking on the Steamers to stitch up 2nd spot, which is an amazing performance from them coming from outside the finals. Alan Fife has barely bowled in the last 4.5 months since the birth of Archie. And they're sitting in 2nd position.
Yeah, courtesy of, I think they strung 7 wins in a row together. Got beat this morning, but when the competition's so close, any time you can win multiple games in a row, it sees you jumping right up that ladder.
Yeah.
And obviously still a chance to secure a top 2 finish and that double chance tonight.
Yeah, and the team that beat them this morning was the Geelong Jets, so who are nearly unstoppable at the moment.
Yeah, we've been given on good authority by Aaron Delaporte that they are the first team in any Bowls Premier League, both combined preliminary rounds and finals, to win 18 matches at a single event. That is astronomical.
Yeah, incredible. But it doesn't mean anything, Val.
No.
They've still got to do it tonight.
Well, how many times have we seen the top team not win the final? The team that finished first on both occasions last year didn't win the Bowls Premier League. That was the Sydney Lions, who topped the table at 19 and 20 and went down in the preliminary final and then the grand final.
Brilliant bowling by Corey Wedlock.
Last top team to win it was the Tweed Ospreys at BPL 18.
Yeah, it's all about just securing that double chance. Give yourself 2 bites of the cherry to crack the grand final. So Alex Marshall. It's not quite running the journey.
This isn't quite our last live stream game of the day. We've got the Junior BPL Challenge final coming up. We're not sure who that's between yet. We'll be told pretty much as we go on.
And a Melbourne Extreme, I know, were on top yesterday afternoon.
They were 2nd at the end of the day, I believe.
Okay.
I think the Hawks might have pipped them.
Okay. Big one needed here by Marshall. Teasy looking to count down the backhand. Ideally, just like to beat Burnett's bowl at the bottom of screen. Doesn't want to build the target.
The Pirates were involved in one of the more fiery Bowls Premier League clashes last night with the Moama Steamers. I think when Ryan Burnett and Kevin Anderson go against each other, they're always chirping and it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a really good atmosphere last night.
Crowd was insane.
Plenty of crowd engagement, and it was good to see. Quality bowls all around. Yeah, Marshall, great effort. Perfect weight. Could still be 2 down.
This is that Junior BPL Challenge. Melbourne Pulse are sitting on top in Section 1 with 4 wins, 0 losses. And Melbourne Extreme equal on top, but equal number of wins with the Gold Coast Hawks in Section 2.
But their net sets 2 to the good, but their shot difference also very good. So you feel as though we might see the Extreme get a chance to go back-to-back as we get a 2 to the Tweed Ospreys to take the lead. They just need to take a victory here, and they will ensure a spot in the finals. They lose, and they're at the mercy of all of the other teams fighting out for a place tonight. Power play called by Alan Faulkner. Double shots on offer for Moreton Bay as we look around the rinks. The Pulse down 2-0 to the Steamers. The Suns leading the Lions 2-0 after 2, and the Hawks and Pioneers have split their opening ends at 1 apiece. The Jets lead the Extreme 2-0 after 2. There's also another match going on between the Tridents and the Saints. That's at 3-1 in favour of the Tridents after 2 on the TV rink, but a bit of a dead rubber there. Most of the matches are live, Andrew Howie.
Yes, yeah, it's great to see. That's what we want.
We don't usually get.
Yeah, it's been a great atmosphere here, well, every day, but today especially.
What would be impressive is the Perth Suns have an opportunity to finish in 8th position at the end of this, which would be quite surprising considering they've been 11th or 12th throughout the majority of this competition. But the Saints lose and the Pirates lose and the Suns win over the Lions. They can finish off in 8th position, which I think would give them a lot of confidence heading into BPL 22 in November.
Yeah, it's they obviously didn't start the competition well. None from 5 or 6, I think it was. But yeah, it just shows true character of the players. They've dug deep and performed well to get a few wins and climb up that ladder. But R&T's with weight. Going to remove the Pirates bowls. Oh, he's done well. It's a good shot. Couldn't see much of the shot bowl.
He's been doing this for fun this week, Aaron Tees. His weighted shots have been sublime. Interesting to see if he's in the finals tonight, how he goes. When you put Tweed on that TV rink in the finals, I don't know what it is, but if they're there, you'd almost be stupid to back against them.
Yeah, they're a great team. They just combine so well, led by obviously their coach Wayne Turley. But Aaron Tees, he's one of the best converters we have in the country. Give him a chance to take a bowl out, hit a target. He's up with the likes of Aaron Sheriff and Aaron Wilson, but he's incredible. And when you got a bloke like Corey Wedlock leading up front for you, it's going to always be a hard duo to try and beat. And then of course Chloe Stewart, who comes off the as a substitute brilliantly and hits the straps from the first end. So Marshall looking to add another. Sorry, Val.
No, I was just going to say, to have 2 MVPs in the same team is a ridiculous luxury. That's what they've got.
Well played. Looks like he's drawn the shot. Indication by Wedlock. All right, Marshall. This is big. Yep. On the Moreton Bay power play. Sits the bowl. He'll lie 3. Turn to 6.
That'll be an 7-2 lead. Doesn't need many more invitations, Alex Marshall. I don't think he likes it. He's under. And he's found the gap. So Aaron Tees does it again. And it is a 3-1 lead to the Tweed Ospreys. No power play yet from Wayne Turley. Tweed just doing what they have to do. The Hawks and Pioneers still at 1-1 after 2. I reckon we're going to see a scoreboard update there soon. Still in their third end. Ryan Burnett has enjoyed an interesting BPL. Some of the matches he's really starred and some he'd like to have back, but I think that can be the case at certain times. You know, you can never fire at every BPL, and he was so good here last year.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's the nature of the competition value. Like this game, Ryan started, but a lot of the games to start with, he was playing second set, sitting on the bench for 20, 30 minutes. And they got to come out and try and draw close. So it's an art. It's not easy, and the players do it great. Burnett very close here. Yeah, great home.
I think Ryan Burnett is a player that draws on the energy from the crowd as well, as we saw last night.
Yep.
Yeah, he's one of those players. The bigger the occasion, the better he plays. He loves the atmosphere, loves a bit of niggle in the game. But he's one of those blokes you want on your team. He's given 110% every time he gets out there. Great shot, Corey Wedlock.
Yeah, he's a competitive animal, is Ryan Burnett. He just loves to be involved and just wants to be in the trenches.
Great effort.
He's leading. Well, those bowls there are all in great positions.
Perfect. Corey Wedlock's played 2 rippers there. Ryan's played 3 really good shots. Still gives Alex Marshall, although 2 down, plenty of options, plenty to work with. He's running for cover. Very close.
Alex Marshall. Oh, wow. You could not get closer than that.
Oh, that's extremely unlucky. Any more of Aaron Tease's, Corey Wedlock's bowl, he would have made 2 or 3. Tease will be running for cover again. Out to the right of screen.
He's done well to get out there, 'cause I think that's where the jack will be going if a cannon is made here. But Alex Marshall opted to go to trail on the backhand to his pack of bowls there.
Has he got it?
Alex Marshall.
He could not have played 2 better bowls.
Cruel game at times, bowls.
It
Like
is.
he's played 2 absolutely ripping shots there and got no result.
Is there an option for him on his last? So Corey's put his foot down to get Teasy to land just past at about 5 o'clock. And Teasy has pretty much drawn to it.
Yeah, the problem here for Tweed, they can't cover both. So Marshall's got a chance to turn the bowl into the jack, but he can also land both bowls.
That's what I was thinking.
But he does have no backwards, so he'd have to be very careful playing weight to this. It's just, I think, a couple of yards, sit both bowls, trail the jack.
It's one of the features of Alex Marshall, though, is just his weight control. Rarely I see him going full bore at something and just playing at this weight here.
3 excellent efforts from Alex Marshall.
Unbelievable.
He's so close. Their weight was perfect there. Just a tiny bit wider, and he was close to making a 4 there.
Yeah,
Right.
first bowl, quarter of a bowl away. Second bowl, quarter of a jack away. Third bowl, quarter of a bowl away. He's very unlucky with 3 bowls, but well played in by the Tweed Ospreys.
So 1 to Tweed. They lead 4-1. It's a power play for them now, so double shots on offer, although that's not really going to mean all too much. Yeah, you mentioned, Connor, the weight control from Alex Marshall. You're right. He's never really over, is he? He just knows exactly the right weight to play.
Yeah. And like there, if he went too hard, the jack would have gone past his bowls and they would have been 2 down. But he just had the right weight there. Unfortunately, just a bit under the line he was hoping for. Had to change his shot every time, though. Every single bowl. So didn't have the chance to correct with his off his first because he's changed his shot, and then second he had to change his shot again.
Yeah, and that's what you find with the elite players, the players at the top of our sport. Alex Marshall's been one of the lawn bowlers' greatest players for a long, long time. Yeah, when they're down, when they're under pressure, they still have that ability to play the perfect weighted shot on any surface. Alex can play it on a, I've seen him do it in a Com Games at an 8-second track to win a gold medal or get to a gold medal final. He does it on a 16-second green out in Australia. He does it on carpet. He's just an absolutely brilliant player, and it's so good to have him involved in the Bowls Premier League, as it is all our great stars that are here this week.
So it looks as though with the Junior BPL Challenge, we are going to see a Melbourne derby. I think it's going to be the Extreme and the Pulse to vie for the Junior BPL Challenge trophy. The Extreme won it last year, looking to keep 100% record alive.
And bragging rights.
Yes.
To the Club Sunbury and Melbourne Extreme. Mark Bellows, who has done a lot of work with Stuart White from Moama to get this competition off the ground. It's just so great to see so many kids on the green playing, rubbing shoulders with the game's best. Another great end there by Corey Wedlock. Ryan Bennett not far off, giving his skip something to play to again.
So around the rinks, the Pioneers leading 3-2 over Gold Coast Hawks. That's after 4, so 1 in to go there. The Pulse leading the Steamers 4-2 after 3. The Jets leading the Extreme 4-2 after 4. The Lions leading 6-2 after 4 over the Suns. Trying to cram 6 teams into 5. One's going to miss out. Who will that be? A live ladder. It's looking as though it's going to be the Hawks, who have sat in the 5.
Hawks are down at the moment.
Yep. So that's what I was saying, that if if one team is gonna miss on a live ladder, at the moment it's the Hawks.
Yeah,
but that
100%.
could change on an end. It's pretty much an elimination final for the Hawks and Pioneers.
So Marshall, he wasn't far away with his first bowl. Try and sit the Ospreys bowl out of the head. Yard to 2 yards away. Very close. Alex Marshall, what a shot.
Well, he was owed one.
Well played.
They need a 3 to tie it. And T's just going to try and...
With weight.
And, well... Well.
Marshall drawing to tie the set. He's probably got 1 foot of room.
To tie the opening set and make the Tweed Ospreys sweat. You better believe he's done it.
He's done it. What a shot. 2 rippers. Alex Marshall.
Well. It couldn't happen at Moama again, could it? For Tweed. I think tying a set, I actually think has helped them in their quest to keep ahead of the Pioneers and the Hawks. So, well, they could lose a set here, their net sets, but their shot difference is so healthy. So I think regardless, that one set might have actually helped them stay in the hunt here, the Ospreys. I think they've actually booked a spot in the finals.
Yeah, I don't think they can drop out now. Val?
The only way they could drop out was losing in straight sets and the Hawks beating the Pioneers in a tiebreak.
They will be looking to win the Stokes. They do want to finish as high up the ladder as possible.
So there it is, the Ospreys. They will feature tonight. Just a matter of what position they feature in.
Yeah, they'd love to win this match. And if the Pulse were to go down, they could jump into second spot.
The Pulse, 7-2 leaders against the Moama Steamers. So looking a little bit precarious for them. Having said that, though, they can still win and drop down the ladder because the Pioneers will be looking to win in straight sets and then overtake them on the ladder. So still a lot to play for.
Burnett wants the jack. Just under.
I feel like coming in this direction towards the clubhouse and the bar here, Moreton Bay have had so many nearly bowls, but they just haven't quite nailed it. So the Sydney Lions lead 6-2 after 4 over the Perth Suns.
In the Adelaide Hawks battle, it is a measure for the set. So Gold Coast Hawks have got 1, currently measuring for 2. At the moment, it's a draw.
Wow.
Which is massive for that match, as we've alluded to. The winner of that will play finals tonight. Loser could find themselves out of the competition.
And it is 2 double to 4. The Hawks have got 1 foot in the finals. Wow.
Okay. T's looking to try and nail it here. If he just slides under, he can cover. It's pretty good.
Next door, Nathan Black has just done the unbelievable.
Nothing's unbelievable for him.
He is doing what he did at Pine Rivers. Yeah. He is just like the first day and a bit, he was playing well, but probably not quite in his groove. But the last few days, he has been unbelievable. And you've seen the Lions climb up the ladder. And as we know with Nathan Black, he could do anything on finals night. Great up-and-coming player in our sport.
So, Adelaide, they were holding second position with 1 bowl to come in the previous round against the Sydney Lions. And the player that made his BPL debut for them at BPL 18, Nathan Black, sunk them. And now they lie precariously outside the 5 on a live ladder.
To add to that story, Val, Nathan Black. So obviously Adelaide Pioneers are owned by the Adelaide Bowling Club.
He plays for the
and
Adelaide
he plays for the Adelaide Bowling Club with Scotty Thorburn, and he's delivered a clutch bowl to knock him off and keep the Sydney Lions' hopes alive.
I think he should. He might have to leave.
Yeah, any chance he might get dropped from the pennant side?
Possibly. If you know where your bread's buttered. So Adelaide they held second position on so many occasions in that last match, and they might drop from 4th to 6th on the final day of action here at BPL21.
Okay. Aaron Tees going to play a similar shot to his second bowl. He's got his own bowl coming up. Turns it onto the jack, or he does land the Moreton Bay Pirate bowl.
Tweed with the first stand, and the substitutions are made for both teams. Catherine Rednall coming on from the Moreton Bay Pirates. Chloe Stewart coming on from the Tweed Ospreys. Ryan Burnett and Aaron Tees coming off. Corey Wedlock going into the skips position.
TC coming off, very interesting.
Yeah, they do. They do change their combinations a little bit. When we get to the TV games, most of the time Teesy's skipping. But yeah, you do see it from each team. They have players that prefer each rink, and yeah, so obviously they feel the best combination in this second set's Corey skipping on rink 5. See Chloe Stewart straight off the bench. What a great shot.
You've said this time and time again, Val, that the best player to come off the sub bench in the BPL is Chloe Stewart.
Yep, and she's showing it right there. Karen Murphy in the last game was exemplary.
Yes.
As they fought back to get themselves into the 5 once more against the Pioneers, the Lions, and they need to win this match against the Perth Suns to ensure their spot in the finals tonight, because a loss would mean that they miss out.
Yeah, I don't think people understand how hard it is coming off. Like, it's like playing a game of pennants on Saturday, and you don't play the first 4 ends, and then it come on and try and draw a shot. Like, it's so difficult. But Chloe Stewart once again, another great lead bowl.
And because they haven't rolled up on this rink at all today, they get you 2-end roll up on the rink that you start on, but you're not.
Yep.
You're not on this rink. You got to come on cold and figure it out immediately. Catherine Rednall's done
well
a great
played,
job too.
Catherine. It's been a great battle in both sets so far of the leads. Burnett and Wedlock had a great battle, and if Stewart and Rednall start like this could be anything, Val.
Rednall has been sublime on this rink.
Chloe Stewart sits the bowl. Well played.
What leading? Told it to be good, and it was very good.
Rednall. Brilliant.
This is insanely good.
Outstanding bowls.
So under Moreton Bay. The way Catherine has been bowling, I wouldn't be surprised if Moreton Bay can cause an upset here. She, especially on this rink, has been supreme. Corey Wedlock has been locked in all week.
It's a good grouping for Tweed there. Corey's a chance to trail for a couple or even 3 there. Or 4.
Good home there for Marshall, but yeah, you're right, Connor. Wedlock looking to get a bit of the bowl. Jack down the line. Well played, Corey Wedlock.
Just like this.
Brilliant.
That's what you called, and that's a very telling bowl from Corey Wedlock. The Melbourne Pulse have taken the first set over the Steamers as they look to stitch up a top 2 spot. The Hawks, first set over the Pioneers, leading 1-0 after 1, as they look to make the finals for the second time since coming back to the BPL. Marshall with weight.
Good result. Minimise the damage.
So he will have last bowl, Alex Marshall. And this does give him a lot more room to draw. After this, it'll be the Melbourne Extreme and the Melbourne Pulse in the final of the Junior BPL Challenge.
Great shot, Corey. Marshall.
Marshall just asking if they have the tea. Catherine Rednall says, yes, we do.
Looking for the 2 Osprey bowls. Moreton do, or the Pirates do have the next 2. Marshall with weight. Just under.
So that's 2 to the Ospreys. They lead at 3-0. They are closing in a Tweed. Was it a power play called? Yes, it was by Alan Faulkner. Double shots on offer for Moreton Bay.
The highlight of the Tweed game is this length.
Yeah, they've traditionally always favoured the shorter lengths in the BPL format. When you've got skip block guarantees who can convert, but also when in trouble, hit the heads and change the outlook. It's a good target. You'll see like the Geelong Jets play something similar with the likes of Aaron Wilson, Paul Foster. But I've seen the Tweed Ospreys win many a titles playing this minimum length. Yeah, handy by Catherine, just going a little bit. Expect Chloe to make the correction here. Well played, Chloe. Great correction. Perfect weight for the shot. Although Down's given Alex Marshall a chance here. Still first in for Ospreys. Wedlock will be looking to try and draw a toucher down the line. Turn their own bowl past the jack. Very close. Well played.
Just not quite finding it at the moment, Alex Marshall. He's close, and you feel like there's going to be one bowl for him that will make or break the Moreton Bay Pirates' chances here.
Wants it to hold now.
Oh,
Brilliant bowling.
Chloe Stewart gives him a smile and says, well done. What's the instruction from Catherine Rednall?
Searching weight. I still think he's not going crazy at it. Just arriving. Trail the jack down the line. He still can make 2 or 3. He sits Wedlock's bowl. He gets the shot. But as we know, this hand can stand off. Will it hold?
He's close.
Oh, the little touch helped.
And he got it.
As you alluded to, Val, he was very close. If he missed that, he had it.
So, 1 to Moreton Bay, which will double to 2. 3-0 down. So I can tell you the players that are playing next will be, for the Melbourne Pulse, Cooper Sutton, Jack Wardrope and Marley Malcolm up against Josh Lazinski, Akasha Fortune and Eridani Wheeler. One of whom featured at the National Schools Championships last year at the City of Geelong Bowling Club.
Corey Wedlock.
Wow.
What a shot.
He's taking them to school this morning.
It's a brilliant shot. Yeah, I recognise a few of those names, Val, from the Under-18 National Championships. Akasha, pretty sure she won the girls' gold medal singles.
She sure did. Akasha Fortune beat Anna Panchawa in the final. It was a gripping Under-18 girls singles final last year at the AO.
What shot would you be playing here if you were Alex Marshall?
It's very tough. As we know, the right-hand side it just doesn't quite get back. So he's going to have perfect weight to get around the shelf. He may consider going straight through the pack. playing for a bit of fortune.
Bit of hit and hope.
Yeah, he is. Just knows he's not going to get back. So ideally, looking to get through the Tweed Heads bowl, just under through the split would work.
Alex Marshall. Oh, he cleared everything out, and that hurts. But that is the pressure that Corey Wedlock has applied.
Not a good result.
And the Ospreys, they are edging ever closer. Tied first set. All they need to do is win the second, and they're going to be measuring for 3 here.
Yeah, it's all about that scoreboard pressure. 3-0 down. It was their power play. They needed to try and take a chance, try and get the end, and unfortunately it didn't work this time. And they have dropped a 2.
So 5-0 in favour of Tweed. Power play for Wayne Turley. They've defended theirs. Nothing but a huge collect will save Moreton Bay now. The Ospreys are eyeing off a finals appearance. The Pulse are set and 2-1 leaders over the Moama Steamers. That's after 2 in the second. The Hawks 3-0 leading over the Pioneers after 2. But the Perth Suns next door lost the first set against the Sydney Lions. They led it 3-0 after 2 in the second. Could there be a spanner in the works here for Sydney?
Brilliant start by Rednell once again. She's found a range straight off the bench, and she's played wonderfully.
I've been given great mail by Aaron Delaporte that the Adelaide Pioneers have been sitting in a finals position every round. It would be very unlucky if they missed out, but would set a record for the most rounds inside the top 5 to not make the finals. This is almost Carlton 2022.
Oh,
It's amazing with the Pioneers how many times, since I've been running the BPL, how many times they've been on the verge of making it or just missing out. And most times they've found a way to make that finals position, and they've had some great runs. I think from 5th a couple of years ago at Pine Rivers, they made it all the way to the grand final.
Scott Thorborn, I think that was BPL 16, played an absolute bomb to defeat the Moreton Bay Pirates. It didn't look likely that he'd get there, and he managed to find a way back just. And then the Melbourne Pulse just got the job done. But you can't help but feel for Scott Thorborn and Wayne Rudiger. They've made 5 grand finals together and haven't been able to secure a title. Can they do it tonight? They've scored. They're down 3-1 after 3 in the second.
Brilliant shot there by Chloe Stewart. Rednell's very close, wants a clear run. What a great shot. Great leading.
superb leading from Catherine Rednell. Just finishes behind the jack. Corey Wedlock nominated to go backhand and try and sit the Moreton Bay Pirates bowl.
He just hasn't played it. A good sider.
Trying to cram 6 teams into 5. One of the unlucky ones will miss out. The Melbourne Extreme lead the Geelong Jets 6-3 after 3 in the second set after the Jets took the first. The Extreme win that, Howie. They're going to be 12-10 to conclude this, and they're going to miss. That would have put you in 3rd position in November.
Yeah, incredible. As we see, a great bowl by Alex Marshall.
Gives a bowl behind for Tweed Ospreys. So Corey Wedlock, unless something changes, we're trying the same shot to push through their own, through the Moreton Bay Pirates bowl.
So he's only got one more, Corey Wedlock. He's going to have to make good with it, because if Alex Marshall puts another one anywhere near it, they could be lying 4.
Yeah, he's got to be mindful here as well. He's only got 1 bowl on the head. He can't afford to overplay it and turn Chloe Stewart's bowl out.
So they're sitting with 2 or 3 here, the Moreton Bay Pirates.
Just asking the bench their thoughts on the shot. Got a feeling he'll just play nice weight up and over his own. If he gets second shot's a good result.
And he's going to crash. So, opportunity for Alex Marshall now.
He's got a bit of a chance here. He can afford to arrive down the backhand. If he turns the bowl up onto the jack, he might make 4 shots here. If he turns the Tweed bowl out.
Here we go, Alex Marshall. Can he level proceedings or just give them a fighting chance?
He's arriving.
Don't know if he's too sure of it, Alex Marshall, and he's not. So, it's a 2 to Moreton Bay. The equation's simple for them now. They need to score a 3, like they did in the first set. And they have played in 3 matches in this Bowls Premier League that have gone to tie breaks after 2 tied sets. So, don't be surprised, Andrew Howie, if that does happen.
Anything's possible in this format, Val.
1 end to go. The Ospreys ever so close. Well, 2 tied sets and a loss. Does that affect anything? I think if you're looking at it, no, the Pioneers, no, that's okay for them. The Pioneers, even if they do force a tie-break, they can't jump above the Ospreys with if they both lose. It has happened before where Tasmania and the Pioneers both lost, but Tasmania actually went up into the 5 because the Pioneers lost by more. Was it BPL 15 back at Pine Rivers?
It's interesting, the Tweed Ospreys have won BPL from 3rd position. Once or twice, potentially. So, they finish 3rd. They don't get the double chance. Catherine Rednall wants a jack now. What a great shot. That's brilliant.
Sunk it into the pip there. She's done this before, just under different circumstances.
They need a 3 to force a tie-break and make the Ospreys sweat a little bit.
Could we get another double-tied set, Val?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Had it twice in Rinkside Live yesterday.
It's only ever happened, I think, 14 times in the history, and we've had 2 of them. Great to have everyone's company wherever you're watching from around the world. We've got 1 more match to come. It's not BPL, it's BPL Junior Challenge, or the BPL Junior Challenge between the Melbourne Pulse and Melbourne Extreme.
You see Alex Marshall just rearranged the number. The jack's just sitting below that number at the bottom of the screen in the ditch.
Pressure on. Chloe Stewart needs to find a metre of weight. Cut it back to 2, back to 1.
I feel like she will.
Has she overplayed it?
It is travelling. But
no, she's done well. What a great shot.
Excellent. Wayne Turley was very happy about that. The Adelaide Pioneers are in front, Andrew Howie. In the second set, they lead 4-3 with an end to play. The Perth Suns lead the Sydney Lions 3-1. So there is still so much to play for here. Might try and get a camera out to what's happening next door a little later, depending on the finishing times of these matches and what happens with the Lions and the Suns. That one trickling in for Alex Marshall.
So Marshall looking for Chloe Stewart's bowl. Alex Marshall, what a shot. Absolutely brilliant.
Insane. He is insane.
One of the greatest to play the game.
So what's the count now?
Wow, it's at least 2, Val.
Yep.
Although this man has another bowl.
That'll do.
Gotta help. Very hard to make 3.
And he can't nominate a kill either. Jack's already in the ditch.
You'll have to play with enough weight to sit and stay and knock the Tweed Osprey bowl into the ditch. It's the only way he can make 3 here. But or knock his own up.
Alex Marshall. What can he do?
He's close to drawing the shot. Yeah. So the call from Catherine was measure for 2, close. So
Okay.
it could be 3 here. Marker's indicating 2, but
I think this is 3. I think this is 3.
Corey Wedlock, what can he do?
What's he trying to achieve here? Is he trying to knock one of his own up into the count? He's close. What's he got? And that, is it enough?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think Moreton Bay might have just done this. They are going to measure. Marker has 2 paddles at the ready, but I have a feeling Ryan Burnett's getting ready possibly for a tiebreak because Corey's body language, I think that looks as though we are going to a tiebreak. Who knows?
Yeah, Wedlock was stiff. Anything but the edge of that bowl, he's winning the game.
The Melbourne Pulse will finish second. That's what we can tell you.
It looks 3 to me.
It is 3.
It is. They've done it again, the Moreton Bay Pirates.
Groundhog Day.
Have done it again. Deja vu. Like the first set, they won 2 ends and scored a 3 on the last to force a tied set. And again, for the 4th time this competition, they play 2 tied sets to go to a tiebreak. The Ospreys are going to have to sweat here. And the Perth Suns are 6-1 ahead of the Sydney Lions with an end to play in the second set. So I think that one might be going to a tiebreak. The Pioneers looking like they might be going to a tiebreak.
So Val, last bowl of the game. Well, Nicky Brett's still got 1 left, but Gold Coast are holding shot, which will be enough to see him win the game. Rudiger. He's playing weight. Needs the bowler Jack. Keep the Pioneers' hopes alive.
Has he got it? He hasn't. And I think they're going to be shaking hands. They are. The Hawks are in the finals.
Catherine Redknall just tried to sink the Jack in the tiebreak.
She's had a great strike rate this week. Mat up, trying to sink the Jack.
Chloe Stewart going the conventional draw.
Will Catherine go again here?
All right, back to the draw.
So the Adelaide Pioneers are now sweating on this Sydney Lions result. They are praying that Perth can hold on. They were second position with a bowl to go in the first match this morning. They were holding a spot in the finals. And the Lions need to score a 5 to avoid a tiebreak. I don't think they... It's not looking likely.
Well, it's a power play, Val.
To the Suns, though.
Oh, but it's the Suns, yes.
I think
you're
so.
correct.
The Melbourne Extreme, meanwhile, have just defeated the Geelong Jets. Their first loss in what feels like a long time.
Wow, so the Extreme.
Burnett.
Oh, wow.
Just under.
So the Melbourne Extreme are going to miss out on what we think is by net sets, depending on the results. They're going to finish 12 and 10, which would have won. That would have put you in third position last time out, the Sydney Saints. And then now it's going to get you 7th.
Moreton Bay Pirates holding the one here. Ryan Burnett just going to draw a second.
Oh, brilliant. Let's get behind the jack.
Oh, wow.
Corey Wedlock playing of weight here. Sinking the bowl. He's got one.
Oh, that bowl's fallen over.
It's made it worse.
So it's going to be the skips. Aaron Tees will have to come on cold after being subbed off. So the results at the moment, not sure that the Sydney Lions are going to be able to avoid a tiebreak here. I think it's going to go down to that and possibly the final end of the home and away rounds to decide who is actually in the finals, if it's the Lions or the Pioneers. The Gold Coast Hawks are in.
The other thing to note here, Val, Tweed lose, they could drop down to 4th.
Yes.
And they're playing the first elimination final. There's plenty to play for here.
Currently, the Gold Coast Hawks are in third position with net sets of +1. Qualifying final, third final tonight. The Jets and Pulse will bring you all of that very shortly.
Okay, tease. With weight.
Got
it. What a shot.
What a shot, Aaron Tees.
Problem is, he killed it, so it's going back on the respot, and the Moreton Bay Pirates still hold that.
He does have, obviously, 3 seconds. Tees has got the ball, toucher in the ditch. Marshall's got to consider. He's got to consider what he does here. Doesn't want to sit one jack high and give Tees a chance to sink the jack and win the game.
Timeout called, I think.
I think he's got to draw the shot. Hope he does get the jack. He turns it to his own bowl. Gets to teasers and flops. He would be a very good shot.
Alex Marshall is very close. He's very close.
Wants a bit of jack now.
Oh, yeah.
Well played, Alex Marshall.
Although it does make the shot pretty juicy for Aaron Tees.
Okay, so considering, do we nominate the kill? Okay. Nominating the kill.
Yep. So we might be having a second tiebreak end here.
Tees.
Clears his, or hits his own, and Moreton Bay get the job done. They win. They've secured a 3 on the final end of both sets to win the tiebreak. And all of a sudden, well, they make the Ospreys really sweat here. on what could be their final finishing position. We'll try and get a camera on this tiebreak for the Sydney Lions and the Perth Suns. Connor's going to go and have a look. Do you want to stay? Well, Andrew Howie has to duck off for now. So we're just going to do this tiebreak as Christina Christic. We can see it just on the far end of screen here. Connor's just going to try and pop a camera behind for us here. Can't quite see the delivery of it though, so might get him to just try and move it up a little bit. So this is what's happening next door. And the jack has been potted by Karen Murphy. So we're drawing to the ditch. The Lions, this is for the final spot. The current ladder as it stands, the Gold Coast Hawks are in third position. So Karen Murphy with her second. They're currently holding one, the Sydney Lions. And that is the one. So you can see it right there. Sydney need to win this tiebreak to ensure a place in the finals and break the hearts of the Adelaide Pioneers. At the moment, the Gold Coast Hawks lie in third position. What has Warren Holt just done here? What has Warren Holt done here? He has dead drawn the shot. It halts on the precipice of the ditch. So if Perth win this, the Pioneers are in the finals. If Sydney win it, they're in. Brett Spur just misses. They're going to have to get another one in here. They are going to have to get another one close here. The Perth Suns, if they have any chance. Up next, the Junior BPL Challenge Final between the Melbourne Extreme and Melbourne Pulse. Warren Holtz. Just didn't quite get the lines. I think it's going to come down to the skips here. Brett Spur's going to have another crack at this. And he's missed. So Nathan Black will try and have a crack at it. Carl Healy looking to get one final win for the Suns. They won this morning. Well, no, they lost the Tridents this morning, I should say. And they can only finish 10th. But it's all about pride, and they want to be ladder effectors. The Lions playing for a spot in the finals. They denied Adelaide with the final bowl of the last match. Adelaide was sitting in provisional second before Nathan Black sunk them. The team and the club that he actually plays for at home in Adelaide. And now it's going to come back to him to sink them twice in one day. And I'm not sure he's ever going to be allowed back if he does. Nathan Black has just shot past. Carl Healy looking to try and obstruct anything. So it's going to come down to this final bowl to determine who will play the finals. What's Carl Healy done here? That makes it all the more difficult here. Can Nathan Black clear both of these bowls? It's up to him now. Timeout called. To make the finals for the Sydney Lions, the reigning MVP. Running weight it is. And he's he's clashed into Christina Christick's front bowl. And that hurts the Sydney Lions. It hurts them in staggering fashion. Because with that bowl, they miss the BPL21 finals. The Perth Suns have downed them. And the Pioneers somehow, some way, find a way to make it through after losing both of their matches this morning. Connor Munnings, Adelaide are in.
Yeah, it's such an exciting end to the round-robin tournament. And it's good to get a camera on that final end of that Lions Perth Suns game.
Great work by you. We're going to have the Junior BPL Challenge final coming up very, very shortly. So quickly, let's go through the finals tonight. First up at 4 o'clock, the Ospreys against the Pioneers. Then the winner of that plays the Gold Coast Hawks. Following that, Jets versus Pulse. The winner of the Hawks v Ospreys or Pioneers final will play the loser of the qualifying final. Then after that, the BPL 21 Grand Final. Will pop up a social graphic a little later on, but that is what we've got for you coming up at 4 p.m. But up next, the Junior BPL Challenge final between the Melbourne Extreme and the Melbourne Pulse.